TGIF, am I right? Hey y'all, my name is Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and for this video we are going to be doing the birth year book tag. Before we get into anything bookish, however, make sure to hit like and subscribe down below, as well as tell me in the comments, have you read a book that came out the year you were born, and if so, what was it? This tag was originally created by 𝗖cie, and I'll put a link to his video in the cards down below. I, however, was tagged by Jess at the Book Freak, and I'll put a link to hers in the cards over here. Definitely go check her out. Before I hop into all of the questions, though, let me go ahead and tag some people. I'm going to be going with 𝗖cie když𝘁 and Jessie at Plot Twists with Jessie. Now, jumping into the questions. First up, have you read any books published in the year you were born? So I had to go to Goodreads and sort based on publication year, because I honestly had no idea, which included the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens by Sean Covey. I read that back when I was still a teenager. And then also, apparently, Don't Read This, Miss Dunfree, I think is what it was called, by Margaret Peterson Haddix? I don't know how to pronounce that. I do know this was an author I really liked when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure I read this book back in middle school. I remember it was very depressing. The whole book was this girl's assignment of creating a journal. The teacher could either read it or not. You had to specifically state, though, if you didn't want the teacher to read it, and I guess it was like more of a completionist grade or something. Throughout the journal, she is just detailing the neglect she and her younger sibling are living through, until finally she says that the teacher can read it, and the teacher ends up stepping in to help the girl and her little brother, I think it was. Quite some time since I've read any of these. What's your favorite and why? The 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. It was interesting when I was a teenager. I definitely do think I took some of those habits into mind and started to try and instill them. I don't think I was particularly successful in doing so. I'm gonna be completely honest. Questions 3 and 4 don't really apply to me based on my answers for questions 1 and 2. So next up, have you read any books published in the year you turned 18? I literally wrote a note to myself that said, just pull up Goodreads. I think that probably means there's a lot of them. I think I turned 18 in 2015, yeah. So let me find 2015. Well, right out of the gate, one I read last month, Harley Quinn Volume 3, Kiss Kiss Bang Stab. Yeah, a lot of them. They just keep on going. So yes, I have read a lot from the year that I turned 18. Next question. If so, what's your favorite and why? There were a good few in there, so that's gonna be kind of hard. One of them was the 8th book from the Charlie Davidson, which is one of my favorites. I do really love this one. Also was Pretty Girls by Karen Slaughter, one of the top thrillers I've ever read. And then the last one was Truth or Beard by Penny Reed, kind of a new favorite. I really enjoyed that. I'm really looking forward to continuing the series. So one of those 3. I'm too indecisive to make an official decision, okay? Next question. Of the last 10 books you read, how many were published before you were born? I don't think any of them, but I'll check. The oldest of the last 10 books I have read was that comic that I read back in February, which was Harley Quinn Volume 3, and that came out in 2015. So no, definitely not before I was born. Since my answer was no, the next question does not apply to me either. The question following that, however, what's your favorite movie from your birth year and why? Also had to go to Google, and a lot of good movies came out the year I was born, so also really hard. I'll just name a few that I saw on the list and really loved. The Fifth Element, a really great sci-fi action-y movie. Hercules, I mean, come on, Disney, probably the start of my Greek mythology love. And then Anastasia, also amazing, 20th Century Fox, based on a real person, super, super interesting. I do actually want to read some books on the Romanoff family. And then George of the Jungle, because Brendan Fraser is a national treasure. Last question. What's your favorite movie from the year you turned 18 and why? So I was split between either Star Wars The Force Awakens or Ant-Man. Both of those really awesome. Both of them showcase my nerdy side. Force Awakens, amazing start to a trilogy. Unfortunately, didn't end well, did not stick the ending. Ant-Man, however, is not your typical superhero movie. It's definitely like a heist story, and I love heist movies, so this combined my love of heists with superheroes, and that's probably why it's one of my favorite underrated MCU movies. And this is really showcasing why my title on here is Nerdy Nat. Alright guys, so that is it for today. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really appreciate it. Make sure to hit like and subscribe down below. I have all my socials linked in the description if you're interested in keeping up with what I am reading. I come out with videos on Monday and Friday, but until then, I hope you continue to have a terrific day. Love you, bye!